Hi guys, welcome back to the nest. Hope you're all keeping well. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope all you couples out there had such a great day. Fortunately, I didn't really celebrate anything because I'm a single man at the minute. I don't have a girlfriend at the minute, but maybe someday something will happen. Just not right now. But yeah, I hope you all had a great day. Especially spend time with your loved ones. It's a very special day on Earth. For everyone. Tonight is time for another movie reaction. Now, I will say, I know I had to think about this one because, I had to think about whether I was going to do it or not, but then I found out it's a pretty big movie for 1971, and so I just decided, what the hell, I'll just go along with it. So, tonight's movie reaction is The French Connection. So this is like the third Valen movie in a row that I've reviewed on, not reviewed, that I've reacted to on the channel from 1971 so far, and I gotta say, I really really love this movie. It was absolutely fantastic. Even though it doesn't state, it's actually based off a true story, like two real detectives that were partners in the business. So basically, we're only a few minutes in and we're already experiencing a death scene. In Brooklyn, these two detectives. So yeah, this is another detective movie reviewing from this year. Remember we did Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood. I actually don't know. I think Dirty Harry was a bit more violent than this one, but this one was still pretty brutal. So basically, these two detectives named Jimmy Doyle, aka Popeye, who's played by Gene Hackman, and Cloudy, who's played by a man named Roy Scheider. Now, I gotta say, Gene Hackman, I really enjoy his performance in this. Thing I don't like about Doyle is that, by the way, I'm going to just call him Doyle or Jimmy because, there's already a famous character called Popeye, from Paramount. But yeah, that's just to avoid confusion from that, guys. But yeah, very committed to his job, married to his job pretty much, but I don't like how he breaks the rules sometimes. He just beats the fuck out of anyone for like no particular reason. Even though he does get criminals off the street, like he goes undercover by pretending to be a fake Santa, and he goes along with the kids. What do you want for Christmas? Tell Santa. And basically, he is being Santa by bringing Christmas cheer by attacking a criminal, keeping kids safe. That's the best present Santa could probably give to the world. But yeah, him and Cloudy stop criminal and then they go off for a drink. And then they see this girl and they're like, do you want to play Where's the Salami with this old lady? Yeah. But the word The French Connection comes from this this French dealer named Caviar. He's so cunning and he's basically trying to bring drugs into the United States, for a lot of money. And then basically they've got 2 weeks notice and everything. God, where was I going? I hope you don't mind if I check what I said about this, because I've only just, made a list of stuff I want to say. But yeah, the real life detectives were named Eddie Egan and Sonny Russo. And quite an interesting fact, I found out that Gene Hackman and Roy Scheider actually worked with them. They followed their every move just so they could get the feel of the characters. Just imagine walking with two police officers for a good few months. Another thing I saw in this movie is there's another, they have a boss that's not too keen on giving these two particular guys the job. We had that in Dirty Harry. And also there's a guy named Muldrick who I think is an absolute prick. You keep your mouth shut or I'll knock you in the next week, you get me? And then they managed to raid a bar. I was actually surprised to see how much goods one bar can have, with the big amount of people. And then the guy just knows it's all over for him, who he brings into the different room. Which side do you want it? Oh shit. This side. I actually never saw Doyle as the I fuck you up type, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, I never, just because he doesn't look that strong, but you never know with some people. You just never know. What else did I say? But oh yeah, the milkshake that he creates, that was one tasty milkshake. You just need to mash up all those pills and the the tobacco. Then you've got yourself a nice tasty tobacco milkshake. Yuck. No, I do not want to taste that at all. Um, I just, Doyle actually has to handcuff his ankle to his bed because he's just an absolute alcoholic. You know, I don't know if detectives can drink too much, you know, because they need to be focused all the time. You know, it's absolutely what you are, Doyle. What you are, Jimmy. A mess. So basically, they're trying to listen through this radio to try and get a link to all this all the contraband that's coming into their country. And then they find out by celebrating with anchovies on pizza. Now, guys, I will admit, anchovies on pizza is not a bad thing. Like, whenever I was a kid, I used to have it all the time, but I think I just gone off because I just have pepperoni on it. Not pineapple, by the way. Fucking hate pineapple on my pizza. I don't eat any fruit. And then they need to get this party started. So they stay dedicated, and then they try to follow after this. They actually find caviar. Caviar. What does he do? Eat fish eggs. And there was nothing more irritating whenever he kept getting off the train, getting on the train. You saw how pretty desperate he was to get away from Doyle. But then, at the last second, the train goes off. That way of, he's basically just saying, fuck you, and then off he goes. I thought the best scene in this movie was, by the way, there was another sniper in this movie. I will admit, even though he did kill a mother, you know, I don't know if the woman got killed, you know, like they were able to get it, they did call an ambulance for it, but he wasn't as brutal as Scorpio was in Dirty Harry. No, he just managed to run away and get onto the train, and he tortured the passengers. And this is where a big car chase happens. I wonder how they actually did this. You know, did they get Gene Hackman to actually drive a car all around Brooklyn, and Manhattan, and then crash it so many times they survived? I don't know. You need to do your method acting, but. Then there's the iconic scene where but he's not going to get much information off him if he's dead, is he? So that was just a pretty much whole big fucking waste of time. However, they managed to stay up all night, you know, until 10 past 4 in the morning, where they just, well, that's another big waste of time. They just managed to find car thieves, but they managed to find the car that has the contraband inside it. You know, they managed to return the car. I will admit, I did think that Cloudy was in league with Caviar and his men. You know, because he met up with Sal in the car park, in the underground car park. But you know, it was just him trying to fake everything. However, they put it all back in the car, and it gets taken to this big abandoned factory, where they think they have it made, all the money's in there, but the biggest setup, they come across this roadblock and they know that they are absolutely fucked. And Doyle absolutely just roasts Caviar by doing the same wave to him. Hi, I've got you now. And then a big shootout, and just all hell breaks loose through the big shootout in the big warehouse. Now all I have to say is, the easiest thing they could have done was just turn themselves in. Whenever you're absolutely surrounded by a shitload of police, the only thing you can do is just turn yourself in. However, Mulderig accidentally gets shot by Doyle because, you know, he obviously hears Caviar, but he shoots Mulderig by mistake. I don't know if he's I think he's happy enough about it. Like, he's not too bothered because he absolutely hated Muldrig, but you know, it was the wrong guy. But then you hear this big gunshot, and I'm wondering who got shot in the end, because it says the Caviar escaped. You know, so many people involved in all that got in trouble, got put in prison. Some were let off, some were released early. However, Doyle and Cloudy left this particular position and they were reassigned, but Caviar, he just escapes. Like, this is like the first time where I've seen like the main antagonist win. Like, he gets away. I think he's gone back to France in this movie. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, guys. You know, there was a lot of action in it, you know, a lot of violence. As I said before, I wasn't too sure whether I was going to do this movie or not, but I'm really glad I did. You know, it was absolutely brilliant. The performances were awesome. You know, the shootout and, you know, just the whole suspense. Now, I realise for these movies, like, the music is only playing through the suspenseful moments and the complete utter shock and terror. Those are the only moments where background music is playing. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We've only got 2 more movies from 1971. I won't tell you what they are just yet, but hopefully you're all going to be very excited for them. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to turn on all notifications. Leave a like, comment what you would like to see next. Subscribe, tell your friends about this channel, because we are slowly but gradually building this channel into what it's going to be in the next few months, hopefully. I love you all to death. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm loving these violent movies so far. Sorry I'm not talking so loud because my family are asleep. You know, I don't really want to wake them. And you know, on the YouTube also, I'm sorry I'm cursing so much, but from now on I'm only going to curse in them when I'm reacting to movies that have cursing in them, just to go along with the trend. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you all to death, and happy Valentine's Day.